I was actually disappointed because I mean we did it face to face.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, let me break the news. But with her it was kind of different. I still don't really know
why she reacted that way.
Yes, because
Hi Elemen Fam.
what's happening, Elemen Fam?
Welcome back to another video. My name is Letho, also known as Akuma. So in today's video, we're talking about how our loved ones reacted to our pregnancy. If you're new,
I don't know why I want to comment on it. Carry on, please. Especially my uncle.
Anyways, guys, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please do join the Elemen Fam by clicking on the subscribe button. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for returning to our channel. We love you and we appreciate you. Please also do check us out on our other social media pages. We have left the links on the description box. And this right here is my husband, who is going to introduce himself.
Who couldn't wait to jump into the video. What's happening, Elemen Fam? My name is Mr. Champ. Mr. Champ. Oh gosh. Mr. Champ till I die, also known as Mr. Champ, child of God. People change, but not God. Is it two chains and not God? It's never too late to change and not God, man. And welcome back to another video. Like my wife has said, we are sharing how our loved ones reacted to the news that we are pregnant, especially considering the previous miscarriages. So we just want to share how people reacted. Let's go. Let's jump right into it, man.
So we're just gonna start by talking about how we expected them to react, because obviously they knew about the previous miscarriage. I think Mina, like,
the previous miscarriages. Yeah, because I mean, on any day, sharing a pregnancy should be the most exciting news, right? But it throws a spanner in the works when there's previous miscarriages.
Yeah, and then you say we're pregnant again for the fifth time, sixth time.
But there's only one baby.
Yes. So for me, I mean, like, I remember even speaking to my husband and telling him that I don't think we should even record, because we might even be disappointed. We would record and then would look at those videos and be like, So I was like, let's just tell them the best way we know how to tell them when we decide to tell them. But we were sort of expecting some fear, some worry on that end. And for me, it came from also when I told Ugogo, before we lost the last baby, when I told Ugogo, she was excited, but then she asked, okay, get my Letho, like checking about how far along I am to see if it's something that's gonna happen, or if that's gonna happen Gempela, like if we are going to receive the baby from God, or if it could still end in a miscarriage. So that also created the belief in us that people might actually worry, you know, like if we tell them that they might be worried on their end and some fear. So I mean, like you said, babe, so we also had to prepare ourselves as we were sharing with the people. We're like, no, let's not expect much, because people are entitled to feeling whatever they will be feeling at that point. So you can't really now be angry at someone for not being excited, or being half excited. So yeah, and unfortunately our fears.
And unfortunately, when we finally shared with our loved ones our theory, not a theory, but our expectations
We're
met.
Which is usually the good thing when
Which
you
is
say your
usually
expectations
exactly like,
were
yeah,
met.
they met our expectations.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, there's still a bit of disappointment, but because we already sort of prepared our hearts and we did it the way that we thought would be sort of, what's the right word?
So where we
would
shield
work for
ourselves.
us. Yeah. So the best way we thought would still be shielded.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. As a result, we delayed.
Yeah, a lot.
We delayed informing our parents. Yeah, we delayed.
We did.
I think I was so like they almost found out. I think for me, if we were not going to post the pregnancy announcement video.
Yeah.
Because I thought to myself, I don't want them to find out with, like when they're watching on YouTube and then they find out. Yes. So I sort of said, okay, when we decided that we're going to share on YouTube, I was like, okay, I think let's tell them first. Before then we post it online. So a few weeks before we shared on YouTube, that's when I told my family. But with your family it was different because we were going home, so we had to sort of prepare them.
Yes, because we shared in December when we went home that actually this is what's happening. So it's also because I was preparing them to say that, you know what, we're coming home, but there should not be expectations of you like doing the Magodi duties because of the nature of the pregnancy. So we had to break the news. I remember even as we were sharing the news with Umama, I was actually disappointed because I mean we did it face to face, and then I was like, okay, let me break the news, but with her it was kind of different. I still don't really know
why she reacted that way.
Yes, because with her it wasn't even like a thing of saying, oh okay, but I'm worried. But with her it was like she already knew
that we're pregnant,
which I still and I felt at some point I wanted to ask her, but I was like, you know what, Oksala, we was just sharing and we were not expecting anything, like it's not gonna change anything. So most people did show worry, and I do also want to mention the part that it wasn't even from the point of maybe these people
are not excited
for us. It's just that they also are scared for us that what if it ends in tears again, you know. So which
especially it was so soon after the miscarriage.
So I mean we do understand, but then which is why then we were like, you know what, let's rather make sure that we're prepared when we are sharing it. But there are people obviously that were always positive, like when we were sharing, like my father-in-law, he's always super excited.
Even with the baby that we lost, my dad, you know, when you saw my dad, you must be ready that the world is gonna know. Because I'm like, my dad will tell the whole world, like everyone who's willing to listen, they say, like he will just mention it.
Any conversation.
So even with this pregnancy, he was excited. He was like, and
that so those kind of people actually they do give hope, because look, as much as we're saying that we sort of prepared our hearts, but you are still hoping that you are wrong, like with the way that you are expecting people to react. But when it happens, you're like, you even feel like apologizing. Hey, I'm sorry, you know.
Or you feel like comforting them to say, no, don't worry. Like, don't worry, this time around, this is what we have done to prevent the same thing. We've changed doctors, we've changed medication.
You have to have like some sort of a qualification of sorts that comes with with the announcement. So you can't just say, yeah, we're pregnant again. It's like, okay, why are you putting yourself through this thing? So you have to say, but before you worry, we already put in the stitch. We already have this medication. We already have this doctor from Switzerland. We already have this and that and that. And I think to a certain extent that comforts people. And
so that's it. And most people like did ask. I mean, like some people were honest to say, we are happy, but we just don't know how to react. Like we are happy for you, but you know, like they could see that we can see that obviously their reaction, and then they will explain themselves like, yeah, no, we are happy for you, but like for obvious reasons.
Lulu just woke up. Let's continue with the video.
Okay. So yeah, that's. Who else reacted positively to Mfundisi?
Mfundisi as well.
Mfundisi, he always says, like he always says, this is a new pregnancy. Like he didn't even seem worried. He was just like, to me, this is a new pregnancy. I'm not even thinking about the previous pregnancy. Oh my God, he's literally coming here. The way he opened the door, it's like, he's coming this side.
Let's continue. We're almost done. Let's continue. Let's continue. Keep praying.
Keep praying.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to lessons now.
So one thing that, or maybe a few lessons that we wanted to share. That's actually the purpose of this video in terms of the experiences or the lessons that this experience taught us. The first one was that you really need to be strong in your faith first before you even share with the other people, because if your faith is a bit shaken by the time, because remember, the people that you are telling, these are people that you care about, these are people that matter to you. So you can imagine telling Ugogo or telling Ubaba or telling Umfundisi, and then they seem shaken, or even our friends, and then they seem to not have faith and hope. You are also gonna be shaken. You're like, oh my goodness, what have we done? But I mean, if you have already strengthened your faith, you know, by being in prayer, by also making sure that the things that are in your control, you've sort of taken care of. Like for instance, the stitch. The stitch was one of our cards that we were playing. Like that's the first card that you play. Like we are pregnant, but then the stitch is in. Like literally, that's like, we are pregnant, but the stitch is in, and the doctor is positive, and we are already in the second trimester, and we are like before the person even you know worries.
Because I mean, like as my husband is saying, if your strongest soldiers appear weak, you may also feel shaken, because the people that we told, like at the early stages, are people that we knew. Like we didn't just tell anyone for no reason, you know, like we knew that these are prayer warriors. These are people that were there with us when we lost the previous pregnancy. So those are the people that we wanted, like in our corner. So when you tell them and they are worried and they are up here like shaken, and then you're like, okay. maybe we should have waited a bit. But it's true, like you really need to make sure that your faith is strong at that time. And
the other lesson for me was that you don't realize how strong you are until you are there, or you probably are stronger than you realize, you know. Because remember, in the first trimester, we couldn't tell anyone for the same reason, because we were waiting for the stitch, and you can't put in the stitch in the first trimester. And we were still strengthening our faith as well, and we were just trying to make sure that by the time we present this story, it sounds palatable to the people that will be sharing. And you need to be strong for the people that you will be sharing this
with,
to. So you really just need to be strong. And at this time, that's when you need the people the most, but you can't share with them.
Like especially with your moms, and also like even with our pastors.
It was tough. It's tough not sharing, because sometimes you are wondering if these people can see, but you're thinking that, you know what, maybe you're not even ready for us to share this thing with you. So let's just rather deal with it the way that we want to deal with it, and then we will share with you when the time is right. And some people don't really understand that, you know what, we've been with you throughout this journey, why do you want to withhold this information?
Especially people who came to the hospital and cried.
Yeah, all of a sudden you don't want to share, but you're thinking, hey man, I'm still also dealing with this thing.
Yeah. And another lesson was for us to decide, like sometimes you just need to decide for yourself how you want the pregnancy to be. You know, it's so easy to just ride the wave of fear and not want to share with anyone and not want to be in public. You don't want to celebrate, don't want to post, don't want, like, you just want to make sure, hey, 9 months is very long, you know. So we had to decide for ourselves. Are we sharing on YouTube? Are we sharing with these people? Are we gonna buy the clothes? We just bought the first clothes. Are we buying clothes for the baby or waiting until the baby's here? Like, we had to decide for ourselves, what is it? How do we want to view the pregnancy? Do we want to view it from the point of fear? Or do we just want to be positive about it? And we chose to be positive, you know, like, we are sharing, we are trusting in God, and we are very excited about it. We're very excited.
We're not gonna stand here and lie and say that anxiety doesn't come through sometimes, but we know that God has the final say, which was the other lesson that we actually learned, to say that regardless of the noise, regardless of the fear of people, because I think we have fear in our hearts because we don't know the future, you know, but God does. Therefore, if we just take this thing away from thinking that it's in our ability and put it in God's hands, then that's when you realize that it's actually lighter than it's supposed to be. Like the Bible says that, you know, we mustn't carry these things on our own, where God invites us that to say that everything that burdens us, we must give it to him, because his yoke is easy and his burden is light. Therefore, we keep on going around sometimes carrying these things like the heavy load, and you don't have to carry that load. You know, I don't know. So even with the fear, that's the thing that causes us to have this heavy hearts, and we walk around and we are ruled by fear. So we just decided that that's not going to happen, because another thing is that with worry, whether you worry or not, what's supposed to happen is gonna happen. You know, so it doesn't really change the outcome.
Like with the last miscarriage, we didn't see it coming. We truly didn't see it coming. And we, like, I think with that, we really learned to surrender to him, because we're like, truly our lives are not in our hands, you know, and we can't walk around having these negative feelings. As long as we have a true understanding that our lives are in God's hands, everything just, you know, it feels like there's a purpose to every pain, to every trial and tribulation, and to every joy as well, to every happiness or every moment of happiness that we experience. We know this moment, where is it taking you to? So
that's why we are gonna end this video, Elemen Fam. We just thought we would share. We know that it may have turned out differently to what you would have expected. You know, you were probably expecting like reaction videos and people getting excited, screaming on the phone. But we just thought maybe we would share this part so that there's someone that's also dealing with the same thing, where they also have this stigma of you know, miscarriages. Actually, there's a part that I thought I wanted to share, but we didn't share. I don't know how we're gonna where we're gonna put this part, but I'm just thinking, you know, another thing. Oh, was it not supposed to be part of this video? Maybe it wasn't supposed to be part of this video, but I'm just thinking that it gets to a point where this thing is a stigma. You know, where if you say you are pregnant, then it's like they know, people sort of know how it's gonna end. You know, and there's probably someone out there that feels like the same way. They're even scared of getting pregnant because they're thinking, what are people gonna say? How am I gonna tell the people? And is it probably gonna end in the same way? And then people are gonna look at you like you're stupid to say why do you keep doing this to yourself? You
Yeah.
know. So there is an unfortunate stigma that comes with the whole thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, miscarriages happen due to different reasons, you know. But people won't know that part of the story. They will just see you getting miscarriages, and they're like, "You stupid. Why do you keep doing this to yourself?" So if I think that's why we thought we would share this video, so that someone that feels like they're stigmatized, if God has spoken to you, He's the one that has the final say.
And also, I just wanted to quickly share that we're not, like, when we're sitting down today to shoot, this is not the video we're shooting. We wanted to shoot a different video today. And then it just, last minute, it became this video. So if this video is for you, please do comment on the comment section. And make sure that you subscribe and share with other people that may be in need of hearing these kind of words and also these kind of stories that we might not really have the words to say it, but it might be your story that's similar to ours. May your neighbors respect you. Troubles neglect you. Friends see you. Oh, come on, there's that part now. Family embrace you. Did I say that? Yeah. What follows next? Neighbors respect you. Which alright, So no, which alright. So don't overthink it. May your neighbors respect you. Troubles neglect you. Friends see you. Family embrace you. And God bless you. And may your pain and shame not be in vain and be champagne. Okay. Bye, guys.